Okay, so our guest today is Dorothy Gundy, who is a videographer on our team at Learning English, and she's going to share some movie clips. Tell everybody about English at the Movies, Dorothy.
English at the Movies is American English explained, basically. Phrases that are used commonly in our culture, are used in films, in movies, and some of them became a part of American culture and American sayings because of the movie. So sometimes it's a saying because it was first used in a movie and it became very popular, but most of the time, the phrases that are used, that I use as examples, are things that Americans use and people probably in many other countries and cultures. And I explain it. So I'm happy to be here.
So today we have a couple of clips to share with you, and we'll ask you to try to use the expressions that are taught in those clips. What's the first one, Dorothy?
So running from the past is, let's see, which movie is that? Oh, that's from Black Widow.
Black Widow.
The Marvel superhero movie. Speaking of superheroes and superpowers.
Okay, so let's play the clip, as they say.
A black widow is a poisonous spider. The movie Black Widow tells the history of the title superhero, whose human name is Natasha Romanoff. She finds herself alone and forced to face a dangerous secret plan linked to her past. Listen for the words running from the past. I've lived a lot of lives. But I'm done running from my past. What do you think running from the past means? Is it A, to hide or ignore suffering from an earlier time, or B, to tell someone about an interesting new idea?
Okay, what is your guess? What does running from the past mean? Right? To hide or ignore suffering from an earlier time, or to tell someone about an interesting new idea?
For me, the answer is letter A. Yes, because you are how to say you're trying to think about something new, about to do something new, no, and forget something that is coming from the past, no, or taking, in other words, taking it as lessons learned, no, something that happened you in the past, no.
I think it would be letter A as well, because it means running away from the some things about him past. I think so.
I think that the answer is the answer A, because the expression may be refer one when you forget something bad in the past. In the past, and you need to change your mind for this thing.
Uh-huh.
No, yes, I agree. It's A, of course. Because in Russian, and I think in every language we have such expression. In Russian, it's something like убежать от прошлого.
Okay.
What I don't understand.
You...
She's Russian. Natasha is Russian name. Natasha Russian name.
Yeah, that's true. She has a Russian name. Okay. Martin, what's your comment?
Yes, ma'am. I also have the same opinion. I think it's A, that ignoring the past and running to the future. So
okay.
That ignoring all
right.
What, yeah.
Okay, so let's watch the rest of the clip and we'll find out.
Listen again. I've lived a lot of lives. But I'm done running from my past. The answer is A. Running from the past is to hide or ignore suffering from an earlier time. Romanoff, the Black Widow, is at a point in her life where her past sufferings come into the open and must be recognized. And that's English at the Movies. I'm Dorothy Gundy.
Ta-da!
You were all right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
we put a new idea because sometimes if you have a new idea, you want to run it by someone. Like I want to run something by with you to you, and but I think
Actually, we say run it past you.
run it past you. That's right.
Yeah. So
Right.
we were trying to trick you with that second option there.
if, if if you knew run it past you means right. So
Yeah. Yeah.
congratulations.
Okay, so now our question for you is there anybody that you know who has run from their past, or maybe somebody who has stopped running from their past? So I assume in the movie, maybe there was something in her past that she didn't acknowledge. Is that right, Dorothy?
That's right. There's a good deal from her past that has affected who and what she is now, and she has wanted to forget about it. But now, as you said in the line that we saw, she's done running from her past. So she is ready to face the problems that have caused her in her life and face them and kind of embrace them and put them together to make herself what I would believe would be a better, stronger person.
I knew much people who's running in the past, yes, that need that running on the past to solve their problems, to could be good and have good behavior on their life. Because if you have some hide something on the early past when in the early life and you hide that and you don't superate that, you have problem in the life in the future. You need to solve that.
Yeah.
And
Could you give us an example without naming names, of course, but
no, I can't. I can't.
okay. You're professionally bound to not talk
Yes,
about your
yes,
patients, right?
yes, yes. No, I can't mention name, no. But in you people that have some problem, I
Okay.
can say something particular now, and I can mention it. Yes, of course.
Okay. All right.
So,
Thank you.
We understand.
I watched the movie Mandela. He suffered a lot, put in prison for about maybe less than 30 years. And after he fighting and went out from prison, he said he forgot put every pain and hate behind him, then reborn and elected as the first black president in South Africa. So here I would like to say, the meaning said to hide or ignore suffering from an earlier time. So here didn't say forget or didn't say resilient and take the pain as a motivation for new life, reborn. So what's different? Hide or ignore doesn't mean you forget, or doesn't mean you take the pain as a motivation to face the future. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so Nelson Mandela is the example that Helen gave us. The man who was imprisoned for 27 years, I think, and
Yeah,
then
South
27.
Africa.
Yes.
he he eventually became president of the country um, after many painful years of suffering. Yeah.
And I
All right.
think I haven't seen the movie Black Widow, but I'm pretty sure in much of the movie, running from her past and now facing her past is painful. So I think when you do that, when you decide you're not going to run from your past anymore, it is a time of great, probably pain, and it feels like mountains you have to climb to get to the next mountain, and then maybe into a place where you can accept it and become the person you are.
No, there is a book, I think you know, uh, 50 Shades of Grey,
Uh-huh.
USA book. What?
Yeah.
So this main character tried to escape the past, I think. No, in
Uh-huh.
his way, special
Uh-huh.
way. No,
Uh-huh.
in the end, he
Uh,
was recuperated. He cured.
Oh,
Recuperate.
okay. All right.
What?
I haven't read it, so I don't know.
I didn't read it. I think I read one sentence and went, no.
Yeah, I
But
All right.
read it.
So
so I
so it's
don't
an
know.
example of somebody who stopped running from their past
No,
eventually. Yeah.
no,
All
yes,
right. And so we have one more clip to share today. And that one, let me get
That
out of
one is,
screen
where
here.
did that get you? A lot of people will, if you have a conversation and someone will tell you about something exciting or different or unexpected they did, a lot of times a response will be, and where did that get you? So that is the line from the movie Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is another Marvel superhero movie.
The movie Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings will be released in September 2021. It tells the story of Shang-Chi, a superhero who uses his skills in Chinese martial arts to fight his enemies. Shang-Chi faces the past and his father, Wen Wu, when he is drawn into the secretive Ten Rings organization. Listen for the question, and where did that get you? I gave you 10 years to live your life. And where did that get you? What do you think it means to ask, and where did that get you? A, did you take a trip recently? Or B, what did you gain from your experience?
Okay.
Oh, yes. I think it's B, and because he gained from his experience. Experience could give the person the kind of manage himself in other ways and better and better. And that is, I think is in the movie and in the life of all persons.
All right.
Experience
So
is too important. Very important.
so
Yes.
the first option was, did you take a trip recently? We see images of him going to a hotel and going out with friends and taking selfies. Looks like he's having a good time. Could it be that he was taking a trip?
Yes, I think trip is very good to win experience.
Maybe.
Experience, yes, I think. For me, it's that, and for me, trip give me experience of side I could visit, and the person I meet, and culture I, I could know. I think trip is a good way to experience.
All right. Okay, so how about one of our new people? Our talk to us in Brazil. Uh,
Me?
oops, Diego. What do you think the
Marcel,
answer is?
what?
The answer to, and where did that get
Ah,
you?
for
A,
me, B. I
B.
think B. I think
Uh,
B.
Okay.
Because this guy I like this danger life, the trip, the all the place, somewhere. I think so.
Okay.
B.
So we see him doing some things, and so I think is it his father, Dorothy, who's asking the question?
Yes, yes, that is his father, who was very, very controlling when Shang-Chi was young. His father controlled him in training him, in teaching him, and then, as you heard, he said, "I let you live 10 years of your life," basically the way Shang-Chi wanted to live his life.
Uh-huh.
And we see that is with his friends. He's having a good time. He is working hard and at the hotel. And anyway, did I just give away the answer? We haven't seen the rest of it yet,
Maybe. I
but
think everybody knows
I think
knows the
everybody does.
correct answer. So let's go back to the clip then.
Listen again.
I gave you 10 years to live your life. And where did that get you?
The answer is B. And where did that get you is the same as asking, what did you gain from your experience? People use it when considering whether actions of the past could prove useful or damaging in the present.
Who are you?
And that's English at the movies.
Yes, I am wondering, and I'd like to hear from you if some of the phrases that you are using in English at the movies are breaking in some way the grammatics or some rules in English.
Absolutely, yes. Most of them do.
Most of
And
them.
that's the challenge, is to try to present them in a way where they are used properly in the context, in the setting of how they're used. But many times the phrase itself or the words themselves are not grammatically correct. Um, um, but that's how people say them. So that's how I have to use it. The one that will come out later today is called "living in someone's shadow," and that's a phrase that they were not saying correctly in the movie so well, but I tried to work with it and I tried to make sense of it to teach that phrase, "living in someone's shadow."
Say
Yes.
goodbye.
No. But I think this expression, "where did that get you," have some bad connotation. It is
Yes.
used when somebody does something bad. No, what this guy, he was fighting. Uh, no, I think killing maybe somebody. No, not killing, fighting. No, what in Russian we also have such expression in bad situation. So, for example, a person is a dipsomaniac or drug user. You can say, "Look, where did that get you?"
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Correct.
So when somebody has bad habits, and you know it's not benefiting them. Yeah.
In Russian it sounds посмотри, куда это тебя привело.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for the
Thank you
Russian
for
lesson.
that. Yeah, it's interesting.
And Adriana, is your hand still up, or did you forget to put it down?
Yeah, I have a questions.
Okay.
I have two questions. One, so this is for negative aspects of experiences. It's not for positive ones. That's the first one.
Yeah.
And the second one is when you asked, for instance, today, where did they get you? You can say they, or where did it get you? You can say it got me to do some things. You can answer this way or not.
How would you answer?
So, and where did that get you is usually when the person who's asking that question is the one being negative, because they don't see whatever, you know, the other person is saying, this is what I did.
Yeah. So
and they're like,
not,
and where did that get you? So the other person can then say, well, this is why it was good, because I've learned and I've grown and, you know, whatever.
I needed to explore myself or whatever.
So you don't use you don't use the same way of structure to answer.
No,
Not
you would
necessarily,
answer.
no.
You would answer the question, and
yeah,
yeah.
I understood. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we're out of time for today. I'd like to thank our guest, Dorothy. Everybody, thank
You're welcome.
Dorothy.
Thank you.
See you.
Wonderful to see you all and
Thank you
meet
both,
some of you.
Jill and Dorothy.